everybody. Welcome back to Chins and Giggles, your favorite podcast. Episode 119, y'all. 119 already, you guys. We have so much to talk about today. I am here like a fucking
We're
potato.
glad you're here, queen.
I don't know what it is these last few days that I'm literally just dragging myself around.
That's what
I'm here by the grace of God, queen. You know what I mean?
that's the last weeks of pregnancy for you.
I can't do it anymore. I'm just actually I'm lying. I have more energy than I did with Mia, but even then I'm just like, ugh.
Are you gonna go on maternity leave or anything? Or
You know what's so funny? I was just thinking about that on the way here. I don't know. Like it depends, because like I feel like if we film the podcast like right around when I go into labor, I could almost see that week being like chill.
Because how you feel though, girl. That's what you say.
Okay, Myra, but this is the thing though. Like I live here.
I know I was gonna say you do live here, so it's a little different, but
I'm gonna sound crazy, but I actually on the way here, Myra, I was like, I don't want to do a maternity leave. Like I want to come on the podcast a week after, like the very next episode.
I know what you're saying. That's how I felt, but it was
But I
maybe
get
it's
that.
different that you live here.
But it was so different, Myra, because you guys had to pack up your newborn and come over here.
Yeah, it's
And like,
could be.
and you know, like if you're not an active listener, like literally my podcast, she's like,
The active listeners, it's my podcast.
No.
I'm coming on.
the podcast room is like literally in my house. So for me, I am so down. Like I literally was just thinking about that. I'm like, I'm not doing a maternity leave. Well, that's what I say now.
Yeah.
I don't think I will, Myra.
Well, I think it would be at least the week that you're like in the hospital. You know.
Well, in my head, I'm thinking like in the perfect world, it would be good for me to like film maybe like a day or two before I go into labor.
Oh, okay. See, we should
Like if I could just fucking predict it, imagine. Like I'm thinking of it that way. Like in a good scenario, that's what would happen. Then I would be ready for the next week. Like
Yeah, but you don't know when you're going to labor, so
that's the thing.
That's the
oh my god, I went to the doctor today, y'all. It's been a crazy week. It's been a crazy week.
Girl,
My
tell
baby
them.
shower was literally so much has happened. My baby shower. I went to labor and delivery. Thought I was about to give birth. Went to another appointment today. Had to shoot all of this within a week. It's been crazy. My baby shower just passed and it was a blast. It was so fun.
I love the theme.
The coquette barn of it all.
Go get barn. Oh,
You know,
so cute.
I had just y'all. I love banda, and it's been so long since I felt like we had like banda and like danced.
Yeah.
And I had been telling Raul, I'm like, I just want to dance. Like, I just been wanting to dance. So when my baby shower came around, and I was like, you know what? Like, it would be so cute to like have live music and like have a little dance party. Like, my dance party's crazy. So you know what I mean, right? Like, I wanted to have fun at my baby shower.
It's different. Banda is just different. It just hits different.
Like I just wanted to have a blast, and I had so much fun.
It was
Like, I had
so
much
fun.
And if any friends and family are listening, no one's watching. Imagine. Thank you so much for coming out. All the baby gifts. It was like so. It was just so
many presents.
It's just so crazy, like opening up baby gifts again. And I'm like, wow, I'm doing this again. Like it's just absolutely surreal, y'all. And then, so that was a lot of fun. Fast forward a couple of days later, I'm having a brain fart.
It's
what
okay,
is going
queen.
on?
It's part of the pregnancy.
I can't do this. I hate brain farts because then it's like,
so
wrap it up, bitch.
The baby shower happened a couple days later.
Oh my gosh, yes. So I go to labor and delivery. Let me tell you guys what happened. The night before, I had been telling Myra, I was like, ugh, don't you just like hate pregnancy bladder? Like, I'm literally leaking all day. Like, this is outrageous. I'm just sick of it. And you were like, wait,
I was hearing this like leaking because she even told me she was at this point putting a pad on.
Yeah.
And I was like, hold on, girl. This is not.
It's embarrassing.
I mean, I didn't go through like the continuous leaking. Like I get like maybe I sneezed and like I peed myself a little bit. But the leaking kind of.
It threw you off, yeah.
Threw me off a little bit,
And
girl.
you actually like were the one that like told me, you were like, you should ask your doctor just to be sure. And I was like, no, you're absolutely right, because in general, it's just been such a hectic week that I actually felt that my Braxton Hicks were like a little crazier than usual.
Yeah.
And to me, I kept telling Raul, I'm like, I'm having a random like little contraction. Like I would tell him here and there. And then and then I started having like excessive discharge that just looked a little different.
Mm-hmm.
Like it looked so, it was just like so much discharge. Mm-hmm. I was click out if y'all don't want to hear about girl shit. This is a real shit that happens when you're pregnant, y'all. It was just like excessive that I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
Is this like normal discharge?
Like Was it giving mucus plug vibes?
It was giving that. Yes. So I told Raul, I was like, I'm tripping. And he had already told me, tell Dr. Rad. But I brushed it off because I was like, you have so much discharge when you're pregnant. This is normal. And so when then you told me, I was like, no, okay. 2 people told me now, like, he wasn't just overreacting. I need to tell him. So I tell my doctor, I just text my doctor, like, hey, like, you know, I've been leaking for a couple of days. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm just peeing myself. Like, what do you think? Like, I know it's possibly normal. He literally, like, texted me in the morning. He's like, you need to go into labor delivery immediately because you just never know. Mm-hmm. You know, like, just to double check. So, yeah, I just wake up that day and I'm like, okay. I text my friends and family. I'm like, hey, y'all. This was going on, you know, like I could just be peeing myself, but my water might have broken. So all my friends are like, oh my God, I'm crying. Today's the day. I'm like, y'all.
Yeah, everybody's like, oh my God, panicking.
I tell Luis the same thing. I'm like, I'm going to the labor and delivery, but like, I don't know what it is yet.
You're just giving people a heads up in case it happens. Just a little
heads up, but I think everybody naturally got excited and we're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And then I don't know where like Marisol's texting me like, praying for a smooth delivery. I'm like, wait, everybody, like the word got around. Everyone thinks I'm giving birth.
Luis called me. He's like, so I guess it's baby time. I was like, we gotta confirm if it's her water breaking first,
right? But like, honestly, in the way I was telling you guys, I was like, no, yeah, I'm just like leaking all day. And I told my mom, I was like, I just don't know what it is. Like I'm leaking. But it started as like discharge, and I was just getting waterier and waterier. Ooh, my mom. And my mom, Myra, she told me, she's like, that's exactly what happened when I was pregnant with you and Myra. Like I thought I was just peeing myself like all day, and she's like, and my water was broken, but it was like slow trickle.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God,
it happens.
So I was like, it's baby time, and I'm on my way to the hospital with no car seat, looking crazy.
Yeah.
Just rolled out of bed, put my Crocs on, and I was like, let's go. Ooh. So I'm looking crazy, like, and this is like, I tell them in the morning, like my doctor tells me right away in the morning, ooh, what is this?
Wait, surprise!
Wait a minute, what's going on?
Period.
Wait, what is this? Do you know about this?
Yeah, okay, let me explain.
What's going on?
This is a baby shower special.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is, Queen.
You're lying.
Let me explain. I tried to get the squad together, and the timing was so off, so I couldn't get
screaming, Myra. I'm screaming.
I was like, she deserves a surprise baby shower.
This is hilarious.
I wish I had more people to join.
Myra, tell me
it's
why.
Okay.
Tell me why right now. Thank you so much, first of all. When I seen Brian walk in with this, I thought he was like dropping off like gifts from the baby shower.
You're like, baby, you didn't see the pile over there?
No, because the day of the baby shower, like, you know, you guys helped me pick up the gifts. Oh my God, thank you so much. I'm screaming. Wait, right now you were like, it's your baby shower. I don't know. I just expected like all the squad to walk in right now. I was like, wait.
You're like, are they gonna come in already?
Is this why you got ready? I look all crazy. Imagine.
You're like, no.
Oh my gosh, thanks.
I know.
Queen.
I tried telling the skinny squad. Honestly, the timing was off, so not everybody can get together.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
I'm like, I can't go another week. Like, this baby shower has to happen. It's just us two.
I'm screaming.
I was hoping you would bring a cake in, but I guess we just got the gift of a little bit. I was hoping you was gonna bring a cake too.
Why did I hear? Okay. I was hoping you would bring a cake. I'm like, wait, I don't know.
I was hoping you'd bring a little cake.
Actually screaming, Mara. This is actually so cute. I'm dead. Thank you so much.
Go ahead and open it, Queen.
Oh my gosh, not another gift. First of all, Myra got me so much shit on the baby shower. Like, so much. Like, your present was like insane already. What is the reason? Oh my gosh, y'all. Okay, baby shower. What's good?
We love a baby shower. Like, why?
I am screaming.
It's the fact that it's just us two here.
It's fine. It's okay. I honestly didn't even expect it at all. Like,
so like, funny. Why?
Oh my gosh, guys! Look, it's a bow. That's it. It's all just a bow. Like,
why?
Oh, how cute! Some socks.
Okay.
All right, come on, newborn socks.
I'm scared. I'm like, did he put everything in?
You're like, what did he get?
It was in. No, I already had it. It was from Target. I got it the last time.
So cute. I love her. Oh, this is so.
Wait,
cute.
Is that it?
No, there's more.
Oh, I was like,
did he put it in?
Cute,
y'all, I'm gonna do like what they do at the baby showers, like. Like, why? This is so cute.
So cute.
I love her. Oh my God, this is so cute. I just love onesies, how they're just like wide for no reason. Like, why?
Yeah.
Honestly, icon.
Aw,
Can I get this in my size is a real question.
right? Like, what is the reason?
This is so cute. Oh my gosh, onesies for days.
And
Well,
okay, so Noah was 8 pounds when he was born. And he actually fit into preemie.
What?
It's the weirdest thing, but Mia was almost a 10-pound queen, so I get that she fit into newborn.
Oh my gosh.
So I know you've mentioned that this baby is measuring a little smaller.
Well, I'll tell you right now about my appointment that I went to. Wait, what? She's normal. She's measuring normal. Yeah.
Okay, well, I just figured that this time the baby
That's
was smaller because you've
crazy.
mentioned how like your sugars are in control. So
Yeah.
Noah was 8 pounds, and even him being like a bigger baby, I remember I had brought an option of a preemie and a newborn,
I love that.
and the preemie ended up fitting him.
What? Okay, no,
So
I love
maybe
that.
it's an option to put like under her onesie.
No, Myra, I love that you got newborn stuff because I like the baby shower. I don't think anybody got newborn. It was all like 0 to 3, 6 to 9. Some people got 2T. I was like, okay, period. It fits on me right now. And then like,
Okay.
you know how like a lot of people will get like different sizes and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody got newborn.
Really? I feel like
This
I
is
got
like
some.
iconic. Oh my god, I have this.
I know, I got that, and I was like, I know
so
Karina
cute.
had mentioned that she. Oh wait,
my
no,
God.
I thought you gave it to.
Oh, I did. You're right.
someone else. I'm like,
Yeah.
hold on.
This is so cute. Thanks, Gorge. Like,
Like why?
This is iconic.
I'm like so sad. I wish we had like cake and games and all, but
games is crazy. Like, not the whole like baby shower.
like
why?
why?
Oh my god, thanks, Gorge. Like,
I was
it's
like,
the
how are we
thought-
not gonna do a little baby shower moment?
It's the thought that counts, and I know my friends would be here if they could.
Yes.
So thanks, y'all.
I feel like
why?
it's, but I don't know. Everybody just has like their own life going on right now. Everything's just so chaotic
Yes.
that
Oh,
it was
yeah,
hard.
Of course, yeah. Like everybody's got. Oh my god, how cute!
I know,
Everybody
isn't
got
it
their life going
so
on.
cute.
I understand. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh,
It's
I know.
iconic. This was so random. I didn't even like
Honestly,
expect it. I'm like, wait.
I know, like, what is the reason?
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm like all over the place. So before Brian walked in, I was telling you guys how I had that scare. This is so cute. I like love baby balloons.
Queen, honestly.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Like why? I'm on my way to the hospital and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't have anything like this happening. I'm like, my water possibly broke. So I get there, and I'm telling them like, yeah, like I'm explaining them my symptoms, like how I'm leaking. They're like, how much is it? I'm like, it's like a constant little trickle. So they just basically they have to test the fluid that's coming out of me. So they put like a swab, and then they're also like, oh, we have to test you like in case you have like this one bacteria. So like they have to put like the swab like not only in there, but they also have to put it in your rectum. And I was like, sorry, what?
Yeah.
I was like, hold on, I'm getting a cervix check and I'm getting something on my ass. I was like, oh, hold on, girl. And let me tell you what's so embarrassing about this, Myra. I was already telling Raul that I was so embarrassed because everything happened so fast. I woke up and he's like, you need to head to labor and delivery ASAP. You know, my doctor.
Yeah.
So I literally, guys, like, I don't know what I was thinking. Like, I just freaked out, got up, put my shoes on, left. Wasn't even showered or nothing.
Okay.
I was
period.
already like embarrassed. I told Raul, I was like, I probably smell like my.
Okay.
I already told Raul like I'm probably peed all over myself because I'm thinking like, you know, like I've been trickling all day, and then like on top of that, like, and then so when they're telling me that they have to put something on my ass, I'm like, this is just insane. I just rolled out of bed and got here. Like, I'm just so embarrassed. I'm mortified. I'm like, okay, whatever. You can do what you got to do. Whatever. We were there for a few hours monitoring baby. Baby was thriving, and it turned out in the end that it was not amniotic fluid. It was indeed urine. So I'm just a fucking
Urine queen.
ball of urine walking around.
We love her, girl.
It's actually so disgusting and embarrassing. But I know the girlies that are watching will understand. If you've been pregnant. If you've been pregnant, I don't know. But you know what's crazy, Myra? Like, I do not remember having such an incompetent bladder or urinary incompetence, whatever it's called. I don't remember having this with Mia. Like, I remember I would sneeze here and there and like a little bit would come out.
Yeah.
This is like ongoing. Like I will literally go pee, and 3 seconds later I'm walking around and I'm like, I'm leaking.
She's probably just really pushing on your bladder.
She has to be pushing hardcore on my bladder, dude. Or like my muscles are probably weaker down there.
Probably.
So I've literally been like putting a pad on, guys, because it's the only thing that makes me feel like fresh.
Wow. Queen.
Having something like collect.
Okay.
Yeah. Disgusting.
False alarms happen. Do you remember when I thought my water broke?
Yeah.
It was like the same thing. I went and they were like, it's nothing. For me, it was a little embarrassing because it was like discharge. It was not even pee.
I mean, I feel like I'd be a little bit less embarrassed about discharge and then just being meowed all day. But
okay, pee queen.
I don't know, but I'm just like, oh my gosh. So then I had to tell all my friends and family, actually, guys, I've just been peeing myself all day. So that's really what's been going on.
Such a queen shit right there. Imagine.
So that's what's going on. And
I'm going to have to work on kinkles after you give birth.
Kinkles.
You know, like when you like squeeze.
Kegel exercise?
Isn't it kinkles? Kegels exercise.
Kinkles is so funny.
Have you tried
those?
Like the Kegels, like.
You know what? I haven't done them that much this pregnancy. That's probably what it is.
It's not that you have to do it, but sometimes it might be necessary. Like afterwards, you know, tighten it up a little bit.
I'm thinking like, this is just my second kid. Like if I had like 4, would I just be squirting everywhere? Like I just don't.
Squirting is crazy.
You know what I mean? Like squirting fucking piss everywhere.
Okay.
Because I'm just like, what the fuck, Mara? Like I genuinely, Mara, like I did think in the back of my head, I was like, it could just be like urine that I'm leaking, but I was like, no, it can't all just be urine. And yeah, they were like, it's urine. It's not amniotic fluid. They told me like it's a mix of urine and a bunch of discharge, I'm sure. I was just like, oh my gosh.
I'm confusing. No, you're having just like a weakness of your bladder. I'm confusing like when people get their when the cervix collapses.
Oh, that's like a prolapse, right? Like a urine.
Yeah, that's when you do
prolapse.
Kegels, I think.
No, I think Kegels also help in general with like everything down there. It's like a muscle.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know. But I'm just like, oh my gosh. So I'm assuming I'm going to deal with this for the rest of my pregnancy. It is what it is. They did test, because I know someone's probably going to be like, could it be like a bacteria thing? They did test that, so they're going to call me to see. I mean, I had already like gotten tested for all this stuff. I remember like last month I did have like something, like they gave me antibiotics and it went away. So I don't know, y'all. But that I'm fucking peeing myself. Embarrassing.
It's all a puddle around you. As long as you just let your baby cook a couple more months. I mean, a couple more months is crazy. A couple more weeks.
Oh my gosh, I just have so many updates because I literally went 2 days to the doctor, you guys. Like right now that you said that.
Yeah.
You know how like I started off the month saying like it's baby month because like August, you know. It was very in the air, guys, because with Mia, she was born at 38 weeks, obviously because like she got really big and I had to get induced. But very recently too, my doctor had mentioned, he's like, I'm probably gonna have to induce you at 39 weeks. But today I went and he actually gave me the option because he looked at my sugar logs and everything. And he's like, you're actually doing so good to be this far along. Like you're doing so good. I think he's like, do you want to get induced or do you want to try natural? Because we don't have to induce you this time.
Wow.
I was like, that was like
That's
hearing
amazing.
the best news. I was like, I don't have to get induced. And he's like, you don't have to, no. He's like, if you want to, I will. I was like, no, I love that. I love that. I don't have to. And I was actually going to bring it up myself to him. Like, do I have to get induced?
Yeah.
So now I'm thinking like, okay, if I let my body do its thing, like with Mia, I was induced. So I don't know how far my body will go. Like, what if I go past the 40 weeks? So if I do go to 40 weeks, it would actually be a September baby.
Wow.
So I'm like, oh my gosh. This whole time I was thinking like, this is a month.
A little Virgo.
Yeah, I was thinking this is a month the whole time. So now I'm thinking like, wait, it might be next month. It might be like the first week. I'm like, oh my gosh. So, and then they weighed her today. She's right at 6 pounds right now. They told me that if she were to be 38 or 39 weeker, she'd probably be like 7.5 pounds. And if I go like the full 40, she's gonna be like 8 pounds or so. So I'm thinking, I'm being optimistic. I'm like, I think I'll make it to the 40 weeks. Like if I let myself go into labor naturally. Wow. So I'm thinking like she might be like an 8-poundy. I'm like, okay, queen. Like, so it's just crazy that I'm like, oh my gosh, the pregnancies have just been so different, like world of a difference.
Because you are gonna probably not get induced, you need to get your diaper bag ready because the time could be any time.
I know. I don't have a diaper bag ready yet. Can you believe that? I don't have my hospital bag ready.
It's okay.
I need to get it done. But now
your baby shower just passed too, though.
But now I'm thinking, I'm like, wait, I have like a couple more weeks, which I love. I love that. I'm like, okay, I could like get it together. But regardless, it has flown by way too much. Like the first week of September, like all I think is of fall baby. So she might just come out in a pumpkin costume. Like why else do it? Like why else? The air's on, huh?
Are you sweating a little bit? That just reminded me.
It feels better.
Oh yeah, that feels good. I don't know what is wrong with me, or maybe my Botox is wearing out, but I am like in my sweating era, bitch. Like the wedding, bitch, not the wedding, the baby shower.
Is crazy.
It was a wedding. There was banda. It was like it was the best night of our life. I had a few friends say like, I don't know why I feel like I'm at your second wedding. I was like, it was literally giving wedding. I can't. It was the music, I think. I think it was the banda, the ambiente, yeah. So okay, let me tell you. The minute I got there, Karina's speaking of weddings, she was in the bridal room. Like, why? There's literally a bridal room. Where my baby shower was at, Luis rents it out as like a venue for like weddings. So there's a bridal room where you can get ready. So that's where I got ready. I don't know how you got ready in there, but it was a freaking sauna, girl. The air was no, Mara, let me tell you this. The air worked for like a while, and I feel like halfway getting ready, like it just broke down. Like it was hotter in there than outside. Like I'm so glad that day, Karina, it had to be over 100 degrees. It was over 100 degrees. Holy moly! I literally texted all the people I invited, and I was like, please don't show up at 5 p.m. I'm begging you. Show up later on because it's hot as fuck. It was so hot. So I get there, it's already hot, but like, you know, like your body is like fine with it, like a little breeze. I go in there and I'm like, oh my gosh. You're like waiting to go into the fresh bridal room. Like waiting to go in and like, hey queen, like being there for a bit chat. I was like, I gotta get the heck out of here. Like the minute I step out, I'm just like, I'm sweating up a storm, girl. Insane. I literally, when I got to the bridal room too, I was like, I need to prep. Like I'm gonna be here all day. I'm gonna be so hot. I'm gonna be pouring sweat. I don't know. That day, Myra, I must have really meditated a stress-free day. Yeah. Because I don't think I sweat at all. That's amazing. Miracle. I think you were just like really like the man upstairs was listening and he said, let me grace her today with no sweat, because I swear to you, like it was 100 degrees, guys. It was so hot. And for some reason, I don't know if it was just my mood or what. I was like, I think you were very calm. I felt no heat, Myra. I feel like things were just everywhere when I got there. I had ended up finding like a hand fan, and I was like, I'm probably gonna use this the rest of the day. But I was like not hot at all, so I was like, do you want to borrow this? Mara had it all night. She was like, I was zapateando like with that shit. You were like the whole night, how you were like, I'm still sweating. No, like this is the funny part. So yeah, like I know, and then I'm like, I'm sweating so much. So much, Mara. So much. I'm like, bitch, what's going on with me? Like, this is not normal. I'll tell you something right now that's funny. And then I go back in. I have another freaking option. I have to see myself in the mirror. I'm like, I go back in the room. Wait, what? I'm walking in the bridal room. My face was like patches of like fell off. Wait, what? Rewind. I can't hear you. What? It was like so I literally can't understand you right now. My face like fell off, like with all the sweat. Like you know, like when you sweat. Like still in the beginning of the party, or how was it? The party hadn't started yet, girl. Oh my god, I was so bad. The party had not started. This while I was trying to like finish my TikTok. Like, bitch, I was so bad. You're like, hold on, this filter is making me look crazy right now. I was like, oh my god, I cannot even hide my face right now. Imagine. So I go back into the bridal room. Thank God Karina had makeup in there. And I'm like trying to fix it. And you know, like trying to fix over like a wet face. Bitch, like patches were coming off my face. I was like, there's no way. I know what you're saying. Like when it's so bad that you touch it and it's just all coming off. Like I'm like, there's absolutely no way. The party hasn't started. My face is falling already. Oh my god. How? You know what it was? I think I was sweating more because I was just like stressed out. A little bit stressed out. So I couldn't like gather my thoughts and like put myself at peace. Imagine. I cannot. So I'm like running out, like trying to get no one. I'm running back in. Did and you have to redo your face or like what happened? No. So fun little fact, you guys. Anytime you guys get like any piece of face that falls off of you, like what? Any piece of flesh is crazy. No, any piece of like foundation. Always get a spoolie, and like with a spoolie you blend it. Like you blend it. Hell, and that shit sounds annoying. And then I just went over with like your powder, and like by a miracle, like it fixed it. It was that kimchi powder. Even like the mustache sweat was crazy because one of my sides was like completely empty. I was like, what happened? I hate like, that I even told you how like my whole top lip is gone. Imagine like the foundation. I was like, what the heck? I hate that because then like when you're sweating, like even just a tap. No. You're like, it's all coming off. It was so hot because at some point Elizabeth like wiped her face off too. Yes, it was like
It had just got a really hot day. I went up to her randomly like at night, and she's like, I took all my makeup off, and it was just like her eyelashes, and then like no makeup on. It was queen shit, honestly. But I was cracking up right now because I remember like this is where the party had started already. We were all settled down. Like, it was already settled down.
Oh, this hasn't when we were not dancing yet.
No, we were not dancing yet. Like, shit, but I knew you had been telling me, you're like, my makeup is literally falling off my face, like just slipping off. Yeah. And I was like, oh my gosh. And you had Noah too, so I get it. Like, he's heavy and you know. And I was like, oh my God, like what's going on? So then like an hour or so passes by. Like, we're finally sitting down eating dinner. People are getting raspados. It's more calm, more zen. Like, okay, the madness is over. Mm-hmm. The party's starting.
Yeah.
And then I'm like waiting in line to get a raspado, and you're like in front of me. And then you just turn around, and I just see your face like profusely sweating.
I'm crying.
Like, you're literally like, at this point, like, you're almost like dripping sweat. I was like, oh my God, you're still sweating.
It was like, bitch, and I'm telling you.
You just said you were like, I'm still fucking sweating, and you were like, psh.
I think like, okay, you know what? I have this theory that like you can make yourself like not stop. You know when your eye is watering and you just keep thinking of it and it just does not stop watering?
That's what it is.
And I think I had got to the point that I was overthinking it so much that I was like physically making myself sweat.
I know.
I feel that because there was a point where I sat down and I forgot about it and my face stopped sweating. Until I thought about it again, it would start sweating.
I literally just remember you were telling Maya something. You just sounded stressed out in front of me, and then you just turn around and tell me like I'm still fucking sweating. And I just see your face, and you're literally like, Myra,
sweating,
like literally like just a blob of sweat floating over your face.
Okay,
like,
so imagine like you were a fucking ball of sweat, right? And people are like saying hi to you, and I can't even keep a straight face with them because I'm like, don't look at me right now, girl. My face is drenched.
No, you could definitely see like all of the, you know how like when you're sweating, it's like a little bit of dots. Like I feel like with you, it was like just you were drowning in the sweat.
It was one big ball of water. Imagine,
literally just all floating on your face. Imagine?
Literally. So you can imagine like this was before the banda got there.
Yeah.
Oh, so when you start dancing, so when I started getting my steps in, baby.
No. And I think I even asked you when you were getting the raspado, I was like, did you take a shot or something? And you're like, I haven't even drank.
No, I hadn't.
Like, I haven't even started drinking, bitch.
I haven't even started drinking yet.
Because I was thinking like maybe like, you know, maybe you'll stop sweating if you stop drinking. You're like, I haven't had an ounce, bitch.
I wouldn't even know.
That's hilarious.
So like the whole night, you know, there was a point where I was just like, like she's a fucking queen. You know? I was just like a few people, but it was just a friend that just came up and she was just talking to me. And I literally, like, I was just thinking, like, I could feel, like, tears running down my face.
No.
Of sweat.
No. Not the tears.
And I'm, like, looking over at the bar, like,
your eyes are starting to burn from the sweat. Like,
no, but, like, tears running down my cheeks. Like, the sweat was already dripping.
Myra, that's crazy.
And I'm, like, looking at the bar. I'm like, I need a fucking napkin now. Like, this is crazy. And I'm talking. I feel the sweat going down my lip, everything.
Like, why? I don't think I've ever seen you sweat that profusely.
I've never sweated that much in my life. I'm like, am I getting like hormonal sweats? I don't know what was going on with me. I swear, like it's that damn Avocetone. I was gonna, you know, I was like saying Avocetone. Like, why? I knew it.
She's like, that fucking PCOS. You know, like,
no, literally. Why was I so shocked of how much I sweat? The next day I was searching like sweat because Karina.
I was saying it as a joke because on the podcast we always think of PCOS. Like,
no, I was thinking like this gotta be like, you know how people have like night sweats? Yeah. I'm like, there's gotta be an explanation.
Like that fucking menopause is kicking in.
Menopause is kicking in hard. Like, no, I was really thinking. I'm like, there is some like this is not like my normal. Like I sweat. Like I'm a sweat girl. I'm a sweater.
No, but Myra, I know what you mean.
This was crazy.
No,
and then I realized it was like 100 degrees. I was like, okay, is this why? But I've been around that, Karina. We were in Vegas. It was like 115 degrees in Vegas, and I was not sweating like that. And I was not sweating like that.
I know what you mean. It's just sometimes I think it's like the stress that you carry.
It was the chaos of the party.
I think it's the stress because I really did tell myself, I'm like, you're not gonna stress today, and I really did not sweat that day at all. I was thriving because I was like, it doesn't feel as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
And it got me thinking too, though. I'm like, you know how like Botox like prevents you from sweating? Did you know that?
I know, I've heard about that.
So I don't know if it was like, I know
my Botox has definitely worn off too.
Oh, mine too. If you're pregnant, absolutely.
Yeah,
mine I feel like has completely worn off too. So I don't know if it's my Botox that wore off or a combination of just like something's fucking happening to me.
Or it could just be because it was 100 fucking degrees, girl.
I felt like I was in a sauna the whole night.
It's just okay, so it was so bad that at the end of the night when I got home to wash my face, the way like I tasted the salt,
oh my god,
salty, like if I was washing my face in the ocean.
I can't.
That's how much I'm like, oh my god, yeah, all the sweat that dried up on my face is just there still.
It's all crystallized into salt.
Bitch, it's all sand on my face.
No,
you know, like sweat is salty. I kid you not, Karina, when I wet my face, I'm like, oh my god, I could taste all the salt.
Did you ever stop sweating?
No, I didn't.
My gosh.
It was a night where I sat down with my suegra, and I was like, oh my god, I'm not sweating anymore. But we were dancing the whole night.
You were like, it was like 12 a.m.
I think we got over like 20-something thousand steps that night.
Yeah, for sure.
We were dancing. How do you not dance to banda?
I literally remember night. Like at one point, you would just ask me like, how bad is it? Like,
please, I know.
I was like, you're fine, Myra. Like
how bad is it?
I mean, you were sweating, but your makeup wasn't like, it wasn't gliding off anymore. It was like there.
It was just funny. I feel like I couldn't keep eye contact with anybody. I'm like, nobody fucking speak to me. Like, this is so embarrassing.
You know what I also think was huge for me? Like what really helped me, Myra, because it was hot. Because everybody was asking me like, how are you not sweating a drop right now?
Right?
I was like in my gown and everything with the boots and all. I really do believe that it could have been my makeup, because the kimchi powder, the one from TikTok, that one, I usually like set with it, Myra, but very like lightly set with it.
And you wouldn't have that day.
When I did my makeup that day, I remember like setting every square inch of my face, like pa pa pa.
Okay.
Because I know people would talk about it on TikTok that it's really good with sweat.
Oh, really?
So I did that, and I also made sure
that powder.
I made sure to also bring the, you know, the one size Until Dawn.
Okay, is that the sweat proof one?
It's supposed to be like sweat proof.
Oh my god, I need it.
And you know what, Myra? I'm not kidding you. I think I applied like half the bottle on my face. Let me tell you why. Because after I finished applying, I remember doing this like shh, like for a minute fucking straight. I was like, there's no way this makeup's gonna move, because I knew it was so fucking hot outside. I knew I put a lot on it, because you know how it's like a hairspray texture?
I haven't tried it.
So it's like a hairspray texture. And that's why it's so good for like sweat proof and stuff. Well, I put so much of it on that like I remember touching my eyelashes and my eyebrows after, and they felt like I had like hella hairspray on them.
Shut up.
But it did the trick. And like everybody was asking me like, what are you wearing? How are you not sweating a fucking like dot? And I look back, I'm like, you know what? It was probably the fucking kimchi powder combined with a
because I was gonna say, I know that somebody had because I was like, I need to figure this out. This is crazy. Like, I'm going to be out in public setting sweating like this. Like, this is insane.
Yeah.
So I'm like on Google, like trying to search, like, is there lotions, setting sprays? Someone did mention like a Patrick Star one, the one size one.
Yes.
So I was like, is it that one?
That's the one I use. I told you, I was like, I have a setting spray under the Until Dawn, Myra.
You should have mentioned the Sweat Empire, girl. I didn't know that. I would have sprayed the hell out of my face.
That day, specifically, I was like, I need to make sure this shit does not come off. It could have been that. It could have been that saved my ass. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. What are your self-care non-negotiables? Maybe you never skip leg day or therapy day. When your schedule is packed with kids, activities, big work projects, and more, it's easy to let your priorities slip. Let me tell you, girl, my baby boy, he is an icon, but it's sometimes hard to balance work life. It's hard to balance being a wife and a mom all together. Girl, I feel you. Even when we know what makes us happy, it's hard to make time for it. But when you feel like you have no time for yourself, non-negotiables like therapy are more important than ever. Listen, girl, I'm about to have baby number 2, and now more than ever, I need to prioritize my self-care. Because yes, I want to be a great mom, a great wife, but I also got to take care of me up here mentally, girl. I've taken therapy in the past, and it's amazing. It's helped me a lot, and I'm a little over past due. I need to do it again just because I need some mental clarity. I think even if your life is not in shambles, everybody could benefit from therapy for sure. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. All you have to do is fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist. And this is what does it for me, y'all. You can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. So many people go to one therapist, they don't feel the vibe, and they think therapy didn't work for me. And it's not that. You have not met the right therapist for you.
So having the flexibility to find that perfect match is iconic because that is what's going to make a successful therapy. Never skip therapy day with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/chinsandgiggles today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/chinsandgiggles.
Thank God summer's almost over.
I fucking hate summer.
School season's here finally.
Oh yeah.
You know, I always think about, like, I'm seeing all the TikToks of all the mommies, like, going to school, like, taking their kids to their first day of school. Mm-hmm. When does Mia start? What year is it?
Okay, so I thought about starting her in preschool this year. She's 3 right now.
Oh.
And we actually
have 4 years, the pre-K?
Yeah, so that's Raul basically told me, he was like, maybe we could start her, like, in a play class right now, because if she starts preschool right now, she's 4 next year. She would be in preschool, like, what, 2 years? I'm like, I don't know how the fuck that works. So I was like,
I feel like people
So, and then Mia herself asked me, she wants to go to ballerina classes.
Aww.
Like, she told me, like, I want to be a ballerina. I was like, okay, that's iconic.
Queen.
So me and Raul discussed it. We were like, let's start her ballerina classes because she, like, wants to do it. I think she sees, like, videos and stuff, and also, like, Tina does it. So she wants to do ballerina class. She said she wants to go to ballerina school. I'm like, okay, queen. So I'm going to get her in that this year, like, in dance. And next year she'll be 4. So I think that's when she'll start preschool. And then the next year she'll do kindergarten. So because I made an appointment and everything for a school this year for her to get into preschool this year. Because, like, I had heard that it was like 3 to 4 or something. But then I started reading into it, and she just turned 3. Yeah. And she would be in preschool 2 years. I was like, that's so weird. I was like, so random. I was like, that's too random.
Yeah, and that's have to, like,
unless it's like more like of a play class. So I was like, no, let me put her in dance because she's really into that right now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do that.
You should put her in something so she gets, like, better at, like, socializing and stuff. Yeah. Maybe being out, like. But then I feel like nothing's ever going to prepare you for, like, the first day of school.
Yeah. I do want her to do preschool, but, like, the more I thought about it, I was like, no, yeah, like, she's going to do preschool next year.
Did we do preschool?
I don't remember.
Because I'm trying to think, like, of our, I mean, my first day of school was very traumatic.
It was horrible.
It was very traumatic. Like,
I feel like kids should do preschool because it gets them
in some kind of classes and some kind of games or anything, so it can help them be more social.
Even just, like, dance or anything,
where you have to step away from them.
Yes, because our social anxiety was through the roof in kindergarten.
The first day.
The first day was so traumatic.
Why do I have, like, a vivid memory of us being, like, not at school? Maybe it was pre-K, where it was, like, other activities. Like,
I feel like I remember that
even
too.
Like napping time.
I feel like I remember that.
And I feel like that would be more like, do they even do, like, napping in kindergarten?
I don't know, but I think they do it, like, in preschool or, like,
we had to be in preschool. Then maybe they did have us in preschool.
Yeah. Or they have, like, play classes. Like, I think at 3, like, it's not necessarily preschool, but it's like a kind of like preschool. Yeah. I don't know. It's more like plays.
Let me tell you my first day of school.
Vibes.
I remember it was that traumatic. Like, my brain's engraved. Imagine.
You know.
I remember, you know, like, in school how they have, like, the little carpets. I remember the teacher had a carpet of, like, different colors.
Yeah, like an alphabet.
And I remember, like, I was, like, sitting on my knees, like, crossing my legs. They probably didn't have us in the same class, did they?
We were in the same class.
Okay, we had to be, because that would have been, like,
we were in the same class.
An abomination to separate us.
No, we were in the same class, and we were both crying hysterically.
No, but do you remember what happened?
Yeah.
He told us.
My dad.
This man told us he was going to go grab some water. My dad, yeah. Mm-hmm. He told us he was going to go grab some water. And I looked to the back. I'm like, there's a fountain in here. Mm-hmm. I look around.
He's gone.
He's gone. Gone completely. Did we run out of the class? Or is that another year?
I feel like we tried to run.
Karina, I remember there was one time, like, fucking monkeys, like, jumping on the fence trying to get out.
Oh my God.
Do you remember that?
Yes.
Was that me or you?
I don't know.
What was going on, girl?
Both of us, you imagine?
It was so sad. And you would think, like, their twins are together. They're together. They're going to be okay. Now imagine not having a twin.
I think we had horrible separation anxiety, and we also, like, me and Myra were just so socially awkward.
I don't think people know. A lot of people know this about us, Karina.
I think that that so much change could happen in your life because I feel like I'm a social butterfly now.
Yeah.
Thanks to maybe going through that and getting out of my own shell.
Yeah. It's getting out of your own shell.
But Myra, my mom tells us that when we were kids, you know, when you take your toddler to a party and they're running off like demonios, like usually you take your kid and they're like going crazy. Immediately they run off with their cousins and they're like haciendo desmadre. My mom tells us that when we were kids, we would go to a party and we would sit like angels next to her.
Because we were terrified.
Because we were that shy to even socialize with other kids. We were just so socially awkward.
We were.
So imagine us getting thrown into the school system. We were mortified.
The way my brain thought, like I thought I was never going to see them again.
And like every day.
It's like, honey, did you learn anything?
We learned nothing, Mara. We learned nothing because I remember us being like in third grade. Yes, like third, fourth grade.
No,
you guys.
It was fourth grade when we switched schools.
I just remember us being
fourth grade, bitch. That's crazy.
I remember in fourth grade, like us like switching schools and us crying hysterically.
Yeah. It was like recess time, and I just remember like looking over to Karina, and it was just from there burst in tears. And then we both, and one of us would start and the other one would go like, bitch.
No, and sometimes we would look at each other and be like, don't do it. No.
Don't do it.
I swear.
I feel like it would for sure be like me starting in the
I vividly remember being by like the tether balls. And you were telling me, or I was telling you, and I was like, no, we can't do this right now.
The fact that we really were trying.
And we were like 10 already. And we were like, we can't do this. We can't do this. And then boom, one of us starts crying and then it's over. And then like you know how like there's always like people like on the playground. What are they called? Like supervisors or the proctors or whatever. And they would come check on us like, what's going on? I remember what's going on? I must have been such an annoying crier. Because you know how there's like the criers that you're like, oh, you're having a rough day. I think people were just over my shit, bitch. Because I remember like being like by a little bookshelf in a class.
Oh, not the bookshelf. I'm gonna cry.
And I remember somebody caught me crying.
Oh my god, that's so sad.
And then one of the little girls comes over and she's like, "What now?" Oh, and at the time, I'm sure like her words didn't mean shit because I was already having a breakdown.
Oh my gosh!
I actually think it's funny now as an adult because I'm like, I must have been that annoying bitch. Like she's crying again. Like who was she crying about?
I'm sorry. Like that's actually so sad. Like
no, but we were just like, I remember Myra us being like in fourth or fifth grade, like after school.
Niñotas already.
Dude, like after school, we're about to get picked up and we were like, wipe the tears away. My mom's gonna see we're crying.
Yeah.
So that my mom wouldn't see us crying. My mom was probably like, "Todavía chillan." Like my mom.
Do you feel like we were kind of depressed a little bit, or what do you feel?
I don't know. We were fucking like 10. I don't know. Like,
have I mentioned that I was like called Lágrimas as a kid?
No.
Have I mentioned this in the podcast?
So that's your chola name.
That's my chola name. That one. Y'all remember I
Lágrimas.
asked? No, like for real. My mom told me like not that long ago that my grandma had a nickname for me. She called me Lágrimas because I would cry all the time. And y'all better not fucking call me that,
We still do.
I would literally, I still cry for everything, We still do. Y'all see it on the podcast.
Starts crying like
Lágrimas and giggles, like I'm done. Imagine. Why?
Oh.
Yeah, I was like called Lágrimas as a kid.
And this is why, like, I think it's so important.
Like dying in the corner.
This is why
it's crazy.
Lágrimas means tears.
Oh yeah,
Spanish.
It's yeah.
But this is why I think it's really important to put your kid in social activities.
They tried
because I genuinely feel like we were just extremely antisocial.
Honestly, I feel like at some point, Karina, what made me and I feel like I chose when to be like shy though. Because in high school, I specifically remember like a specific class being a class clown and another one being like super shy. I swear. I think it's the people. Because I really feel like social media, like for sure, just threw me in the fucking jungle with the animals.
I think that,
and I had no choice.
I think that social media and like meeting people and like talking to like audiences is what actually broke me out of my shell. Like that.
I was still shy, even like up to my first event. I remember I was like freaking out.
I think that people would still say, like, I've had other creators tell me like, oh yeah, I could see your shy side.
Oh yeah, I feel
like in person,
people that know us,
like you guys might watch us and be like, oh, I can't imagine you being shy. Like I feel like it might come across like that. I've had creators tell me like, I could see it. I'm like, don't tell me that shit. In social gatherings though, like with family, friends and stuff, I'm a social butterfly
because we're comfortable around them.
So no, but even in general, I feel like I have truly grown to be a social butterfly. I have.
Yeah.
I could go into a bar or anything and I'll meet friends like nothing. I'm very social now.
as an
adult now, because, and I think it's because I was so shy that now I'm like so confident about not being that anymore that I'm like, I'm a whole ass fucking adult.
I feel like if there's anyone out there, like, I feel like being shy, it's not even a personality trait.
It could be debilitating if it's really bad, because it was for us,
but you could change it.
Like, I remember being a teenager and even like dating and meeting their family and being like so shy that like I was mortified even meeting their family and stuff. And now, like, as an adult now with my husband's family, I'm super social. Like,
for a really long time, I remember like the drive to my suegra's house, like going to visit my suegra, like my stomach would turn because I was so shy.
Oh my God.
Like, just even going to her house,
even saying hi,
and even like, I did freelancing. Like, I remember like when I had my clients, like I would get so nervous on my way to their house.
Oh my gosh.
It was like debilitating at that point.
If you are like a socially awkward person, a very shy person, or you have kids like that and you're worried, you have
to like throw them out.
You gotta like
throw them into the jungle.
You have to put them in uncomfortable situations, because I feel like it's the only thing that made me get out of my own shell was throwing myself out there.
Yeah.
Like, and facing it.
And you know who reminds me of like me?
Who?
Noah.
Oh, I know. I want to cry just thinking about it, because I know he's gonna have a hard time in school, Karina.
Does he? Okay, so he's gotten very comfortable like around Mia, like Luisito, Tina. Like, he's super comfortable around them.
No.
But the day after your baby shower, Brian's brother stayed there. Peter stayed there. They slept over. So we're just like the next day, we're like hungover. We're just all chilling in the living room for hours. We're like home all day. Noah in my arms the entire day. And we were even joking, like, we're gonna end up putting like fake people around so he behaves, like, joking,
like just fake boards. Like,
he was just like on me, and he would like look at them and he would like hide himself the whole day, Karina, up until we came to your house. I was like, Peter, his brother, like, but he was just so shy.
Oh my God. And you know what?
He wouldn't even play with his toys,
kids' personalities, Holly. You could tell kids' personalities.
Yeah.
Like, Mia could have her shy moments.
She's a social butterfly. I
feel like Mia's a social butterfly with other kids.
Very social.
I have noticed that Noah's shy, but like I don't know like the extent, I guess.
He's
like,
the kind that like people are like, hi, and he puts his head down.
I think it's the cutest thing in the world.
He's so shy.
He'll be like, Noah, and he's like,
he like literally hides himself.
It's so cute. It's adorable. It's adorable.
No, yeah, like it's so cute, but it kind of like does scare me for school.
You're hoping that it's not how it was with us.
Yeah, because we had each other, and we were
feel
still
like
acting
with
like
us,
that.
it was debilitating. It was debilitating. It was horrible.
It was so horrible.
I've never met whenever I meet, because I've never met someone as shy as I was as a kid.
Yeah.
Whenever I've met kids now that like watch my slime videos and stuff, or like watched me, like whenever their parent is like, oh, sorry, she's super shy and stuff, quiet. And they're super, I'm like, I will literally like tell their parent or like tell them like, I feel you, queen. I was so shy too. Like, I'm thinking like, there's no way you were as shy as me, queen. I was like, my mom, she would be like, salud, and like say hi to people, and it would be like, if people even came over the house, it was like,
oh, I'm not getting out that room.
Baby, I'm like sprinting to my room as soon as I hear a car.
But it just, crazy. The whole starting school thing, it just kind of like makes me think. I think I as a mom though, I would be super emotional. Like all the moms on TikTok like sobbing. I'm like, okay, who's gonna cry more, me or Noah?
Oh.
And now I think about it though, like, did my dad cry when he had to walk out?
He probably did.
That's so sad if you think
he was like, yeah, she had to go get water apparently, but
oh my God,
the water fountain was right there. Imagine.
And I feel like in general growing up, I tell my mom to this day, I'm like, I think I was a depressed queen as a kid. I really think I was. I remember I would wake up, Karina, I'm talking about like I was like, I had to be like 5 or 6, girl.
I think you just had severe separation
anxiety. No, it wasn't even that. I was just, well, yes, I would wake up and I was just emotional. I was just crying. Every morning I would wake up and as my mom was brushing my hair, I'm already crying. Like, why? I remember my parents would be watching a novela and just hearing like a specific song would make me cry.
That's real though. That's
like I have felt so much like sympathy to like another level.
I think that you probably had like anxiety and you didn't know what it was.
Oh, is that what?
Because a lot of adults like look back at childhood and think like, oh, that's why I would have moments like that, because it was anxiety, but I didn't know it was anxiety, because kids could have anxiety for sure.
Wow.
And you just didn't know how to cope with it.
I didn't even know like what anxiety was up until like people were talking about it.
Because like think about like now how everybody talks about mental health so openly. A lot of adults are realizing like I had anxiety as a kid and I had no idea. Yeah.
Oh, that had to be anxiety. But it was like more like even just hearing a sad song, I would cry though.
I still cry over sad songs.
Yeah, like certain novelas I would have romantic songs. Bitch, I even remember one time like my first date with this like random dude. I remember
you cried?
I didn't cry. I was so nervous. Like I didn't know what anxiety attacks were. Oh my god. so like I'm telling you, until people started normalizing anxiety, I just remember I would be like, why do I get like this? Like I just get nervous. Like that was just like nervous. Like that's the word was for me. I remember like I was going to the movies and like I don't know if like we went in the same car or I met him there, but I just remember pulling up and like I was like shaking, like shivering, and I couldn't get my body to like relax. I just remember being so stiff, and now that I think about it, I'm like, honey, you were having an anxiety attack. Like what is the reason?
You're just extremely nervous where you're like
it's just so crazy. Anyways, on a lighter note, well actually this is not pretty light, this is crazy.
What?
Did you hear about the couple that's getting married? And you know when you get married, you send out your invites? Tell me why this couple, they send out you're not invited invites. They sent out you're not invited cards to the people that were not invited. But do you think maybe not getting an invite is already enough to know that you're not invited?
That's enough. Just don't tell me, yeah.
Isn't that crazy though?
Wait, so there was people invited though, right? But some people are getting invites saying you're not invited.
I mean, I can't even call them invites. This couple that is getting married send you're not invited letters to the people that are not invited.
That's so weird.
Why?
Couldn't you just don't invite them?
Just don't.
Or what if you hate somebody so much? Like if you sent one specific one where this person's like fucking delusional and crazy in your life and you know they will show up and you just don't want them and maybe you're just making it clear you're not anybody's plus one. You're not invited.
I think this one caught attention because it was like something they were doing to the people that were not invited. Like, I'm glad you're thinking of me. Why would you send that?
I would think you're not inviting people you're not thinking about.
That's crazy.
Like, imagine having to go down her list. Send out like you have a list of people you don't want to invite. Like that's so random.
It made me think, right? Because
I would never. Anybody would take the time to do that.
Yeah, I would never. But it made me think like there are some people that like they're not invited and they still show up.
Yeah,
one way or another as someone's plus one.
Yeah.
So where the
I remember for your wedding, there was like some people messaging me that I like saw in high school, but I didn't even talk to, and they were like, "I really want to go to your sister's wedding. I'm begging you. You invited so and so. I've been asking them to come with them, but they're telling me to ask you, and I really want to go to her wedding." And I remember I was like, "Oh my god, girl! Like I don't even think we talked in school." It was like awkward. What do you even say?
Oh my god!
I remember I was like, I literally don't even remember talking to you, Queen. Like,
oh my Lanta.
It was just so awkward. Like
I know.
Like there's people like that, yeah. And you're like, oh, you know. I would never.
If I'm just not invited, like, pues me hago la idea that I'm not, and that's it.
Or just tell people, like, if you really don't want someone to tell people, like, you have a plus one, or you don't have a plus one. Mm-hmm. Period. But then again, like, you could literally tell somebody. Oh my god! Because from my wedding, I remember telling people specifically. I remember telling people, this is who I have on my list for you because I have a seating chart. And I remember following up with people. I literally, Myra, remember specifically following up and saying, this is the people I have in your party. You know, like there's going to be like, there was literally like a seating, arrangement. And I remember meeting tons of people that day. Like, hi, this is so-and-so. Hi, big fan. I'm like, that's crazy. How, like, y'all really brought home meet and greet for what?
I think if you're going to go to a wedding, don't be that person, y'all, because they're literally paying for every plate, every seat. Like,
I remember having family show up that did not get to fucking sit down because of all the plus ones people brought. And I'm not going to, I would never tell those people something, but I literally, like, till this day, like, I remember them. And I'm like, did you have to bring an entire party with you when I told you that everything was counted, Queen? Because I am upset about it till this day that I'm like, some people didn't get to sit down.
Yeah.
Like there's people that definitely take advantage, and they're like, I'm bringing my entire cousins. I'm bringing this.
Yeah,
like,
I didn't get a seat for your wedding.
That part, the fact that my sister didn't even get a seat.
I remember once you figure it out, like I let like certain family members eat, and like
gosh.
Of course, obviously,
sometimes people don't, Myra.
You just figure it out, but
or like it's like specifically telling people like, hey, please, like I'm really trying to confirm the number. This is the people in your party. Like just letting you know, like the chairs are counted. You know.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding you guys. Yeah, I don't like 500 people to my fucking wedding.
It was crazy,
and I'm so grateful that we all had so much fun. But I did think it was like, oh my gosh, it was crazy that many people, like, and I wasn't gonna deny anybody at the door. I wasn't gonna be like, your friend's not coming in, but it was
sometimes you have to do those things clearly.
There's gotta be an etiquette to it where it's like you gotta know not to cross the line sometimes. And like I remember those people because I'm like, there was no reason for you to bring 10 plus ones.
Oh my god. And that's like on the invite, pero pues people don't listen.
No, and this is like me following up, like, hey, this is your confirmed party. Like, this is how many people it is.
People just
like
don't get it.
Yeah. Speaking of party etiquette,
I know where you're going with
you
this,
saw the
girl.
Reagan thing, right? Where like it was her birthday Reagan party, 7-7. And that one girl, what's her name again? Marina. Okay, so Marina, y'all know exactly what we're talking about.
Well, she started off by posting a video with like the party, and she put the noise like of the squeaking afterwards, and she was obviously being shady.
She first, you watch the one, right, when she's getting ready, she's like,
she's explaining why she posted that.
No, but there's
the one getting ready to go to it.
She's like, I'm going to Reagan 7-7's party. I am invited as a +1. Well, no, you're not invited. Actually, she said I'm not invited. You're somebody's +1. And she had to mention that she's like a psych major. What did she say? That she was going to be analyzing everybody because she had to mention she's a psych major. Like, analyze your fucking self, dumb bitch.
Like, analyze what? You're just a +1.
Like, no, but she had to. The fact that she had to mention, I'm a psych major, so I'm going to be analyzing people.
Her intentions were already bad.
You were already messy saying that shit. Like,
ew. It's so giving +1.
It's giving +1. Yeah, exactly what she was.
With her psych major, she should have known what she was getting herself into by doing this.
Did the person that actually got invited, did they ever speak up about it? Because I'd be so fucking embarrassed if my +1 started all this drama because I got invited to my friend's party. I would be so fucking embarrassed and never talk to that bitch again if she did all that. You know
what it is for me? So obviously she got all this attention because, even James Charles spoke up about it. Like, people are speaking up about it as they should.
Yeah,
as they
like,
should.
It's just
I think for me, it's more embarrassing that she's trying to be a content creator and she thinks she's going to get her way around it like that.
The fact that,
that people are looking at you. Girl, if I saw you in an event, I would be looking at you sideways just because of that.
Like, the fact that you're trying to grow as a content creator and you thought you doing that was like you were doing your big one.
It's giving mean girl behavior. Like,
it's giving mean girl. It's giving, I went with intentions to start drama because you went to go analyze for, like, who the fuck does a review of a party? Like, you were not even invited. You're just a fucking +1, an accessory to somebody. Mm-hmm. And you're over here like thinking you could do a review that the party wasn't what you expected and that you expected to get like Uber there and get your transportation paid for and all this shit.
What the fuck?
Like, with all due respect, who the fuck are you?
That being a +1.
Like, with all due respect, who the fuck says that shit?
And even if she was like an influencer, every brand, every person she's probably ever worked with is dropping her. I'm trying to think myself as a brand. If I'm throwing an event, baby, you're not invited.
Oh no. In fact, you're on the blacklist.
You are like, nah, I'm not sending you anything. I'm not inviting you. I'm not even trying to associate myself with you just because of
like that part. And the fact that instead of saying like, damn, I fucked up, I really shouldn't have done that, she's like really putting her foot down. Like, no, like, this is what we expect as influencers. No.
It's not even an influencer event to think you're gonna get a ride over there.
Even if it was, Myra.
Even if it was, I can name you the influencer events where they probably have offered an Uber and we still go ourselves.
And we still...
You don't expect it.
It's
not even expected.
Right now, like right before we started the podcast, I was telling Myra, like, I never even heard of that. And you're like, no, they do offer sometimes like Uber. I'm like, well, we never even used it.
We don't even use it.
Because like people don't usually expect all this shit, especially when you're a fucking +1. The fact that you even had something to say.
Especially being a +1, baby. You ain't getting the invite or the Uber. You didn't get nothing. You just got word of word, bitch.
If I went to any party as a +1, even an influencer event, whatever the vibe was, anything, I would never go online and do a review about it. You look stupid. Like the fact that you expect anything but what you're getting is beyond me. Because she even did a video basically like standing her ground and then saying that Reagan is letting her get bullied and that she never came to her defense. Why the fuck would she come to your defense when you're talking shit about her birthday party that she didn't even invite you to? And you expect her to tell everybody to stop bullying you? Bitch, if I was Reagan, I'd be laughing at the fucking comments, cackling like, yes, bitch, who the fuck do you think you are making a fucking video about this when you were not even invited? I feel like we usually try to be like nice and like tiptoe, like not be like too, but what this girl did, I was like, I would have been fucking pissed. And the fact that
giving mean girl,
if a bitch pulled up to my fucking party uninvited as a +1 and had something to say about my party and then expects me to defend her.
But that's the crazy part.
Girl,
this is how people are at parties. They're the kinds judging the fucking food. They're judging the service.
There's always those tias.
The bitch that didn't pay nothing is the one fucking always judging. That's how it is.
That is a cold-hearted fact, and I'm telling you right now because I've worked with my brother who does events for a living, and I have been a server at weddings, like serving food. And guess what? The bride and groom, happy, jolly as can be. The random fucking tia in the corner, the random bitch that you never came to any of the contract, you weren't a part of any of the process, didn't drop a dime, is talking all the shit about like, the meseros are not fast enough. I need this. I need a water. I need this. Bride and groom, the ones that actually dropped their money on this, thriving. The random fucking tia in the corner over there throwing a tantrum.
Girl.
And you guys will be shocked. Every time the bride and the groom are like, I'm so sorry about my aunt.
Apologizing.
I'm so sorry about my tia. She's so dramatic. Ignore her. And she's over there like throwing a tantrum like she paid for the fucking party. And the bitch is not even a madrina. That's a fact because we worked with my brother in that industry.
That's a fact.
And it's always the people that like have zero to do with like the planning and had zero to do with even helping the bride and the groom with $1 that have the most to like criticize. 100%. So
don't be that tia, please.
So if you are pulling up to my party uninvited as a +1 and you got all this to say, you're getting jumped. Respectfully. Did you see that TikTok?
No.
I saw TikTok like we need to go back to jumping people because somebody said the way you would have got jumped at my party if you were doing that shit. I was like, bye. I can't do it. I can't.
I'm actually crying. Imagine
that. It just baffles me, Myra, because that she really could have like tried to redeem herself after that and been like, you know what? Yeah, I got caught up in the clout of it all. And she's standing her ground very much like she didn't even defend me. Like, shut up. Girl, you're just putting the nail on the fucking coffin at this point. Like, no, mamas, I can't. Some people have no self-awareness, and that's a true example.
That's a true example. Enough about her.
Oh my gosh. The girl that went to the funeral. Oh, what's her name?
So sad.
What's her name? I could not believe it. This other bitch.
It caught my attention because it was also
Tasha. Is that her name? Tasha goes to this funeral, and this is the backstory that the Tasha girl tried to say. So Tasha and a friend of hers or an acquaintance, I don't know, because like apparently they only know each other for 6 months. Tasha, the one that was there doing the speech. That wasn't supposed to do it. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about. She is saying how her were pregnant at the same time. Tasha decided to have an abortion. And the other girl, obviously didn't.
She lost her baby?
It was her baby's funeral. Apparently, Tasha shows up to the funeral with a tequila bottle for the mom that lost her baby. And people are saying that it was really disrespectful of her because the woman that lost her child had an alcohol problem in the past.
Oh, hell no.
So Tasha, her friend or acquaintance or whatever she is, shows up with a tequila bottle and is like taking shots with her or something. And apparently Tasha ends up drinking too much where she gets too emotional about like her abortion.
Oh my god.
So then she's like crying a lot, and then like people are noticing like you're making a show right now.
Not that her feelings aren't valid, but it's like you're taking away from the mom that's grieving the baby at the funeral.
Yes. So that's what people are saying. Like, it's not that her feelings are not valid. It's just like because she tried to defend herself, I believe, in a video where she's saying like I'm grieving too.
Yeah.
You know, so yes, your feelings are valid, but like this is the funeral, you know.
Yeah.
She was asked to not do a speech. She's asked at the funeral, don't do a speech because she was clearly like intoxicated and like wasn't necessary.
Yeah.
It wasn't necessary to do a speech. But she basically says like, no, I'm going to do a speech.
Why?
And she does it anyway. I don't even think I could like say what she said in the speech because it just feels wrong to even say out loud. Like, I don't even know how the hell her mind works that she thought she could say that. But like, people in the comments were even confused, thinking like, oh, you would have thought she was like at a grown man's funeral. Her saying the stuff that was coming out of her mouth. Yeah. You're at a baby boy's funeral. Like, the way, if that was my sister's like son's funeral, the way I would have like gone over there and started and had to plan her funeral, because it's no way. Like, I just can't believe
she shouldn't have spoken, period.
She shouldn't have spoken. Instead of coming out and saying like, damn, I really fucked up, she's like defending herself. She was trying to justify everything. And I'm like, the fact that you would say those words at a child's funeral,
disgusting.
And the video just shows him saying like, no, you don't do it. And she's like, no, I could say a speech. And she just does it anyway.
Does she have a mic or what?
No, but like, it's just the disrespect is crazy. And the fact that you can't process that, like, why can't people just say, yeah, that was like way out of pocket? Why do you have to stand your ground? Like, girl, shut up. Some people are so out of touch. It's ridiculous. That's what I'm saying.
What did the mom say, though? The mom of the baby.
I'm not even sure if she, like, has said anything. Obviously, people were, like, defending her and stuff. But this Tasha girl has so much to say.
Hell no.
So much to defend herself for. And it's like, no, mames, you knew you fucked up.
Fuck.
I don't know, girl. I was like, I need to stop watching this before I comment some shit. I was like, no.
But this was the girl's friend, right?
Well, then, like, the Tasha girl was saying, like, well, I didn't know she had an alcohol problem. I've only been knowing her for 6 months. It's like, exactly. You've only known the girl for 6 months, and you feel the need to make a speech at her son's funeral when you were asked not to.
The minute she even would say that, she's getting tackled to the fucking ground.
That part.
Like, Karina
is crazy, but you're right.
I don't understand it.
Talk about getting jumped, bitch.
Nobody in there had a brain to tackle the bitch down.
It's because I think everybody was just
I understand. It's a lot of shock. But the minute that comes out of her mouth,
it was bad. I mean, if you watch the speech, she did a video saying like, and all of y'all that are sending me like death threats, like, just letting you know, like, I know your names, I know your full names, and you're all getting the cops called on you. I'm thinking like, you should get the cops called on you for what you said at the funeral. You should be in jail for that shit, bitch. Like, who says that at a funeral? It's giving like, you need to be. It's giving jail.
I don't even know what I would say. It's giving
fucking jail. Like, girl,
I
shut
don't
up.
even know.
That's the video actually that I felt like commenting like, shut the fuck up, girl.
I'm like trying to think what I would have said, Karina, because that's just crazy.
Like, not her talking about like, I know your full names and you will be taken care of by the cops.
The fact that she's not even realizing what she did.
Like, girl, like, yeah. Like, just shut up.
I feel like funerals are so sad. That's like, they're the most, I just feel like that just ruined the mom's like moment.
Yeah. That's like, why would you do that? They asked you not to say anything. Like, shut up.
That's just, but it does blow my mind that she got to say that and walk away free just saying that. Can you just imagine that happening, Karina?
If the whole world is telling you you did something wrong, you need to put your pride aside and realize you probably did something wrong.
Like, that's why you got to be careful who you invite to like functions like that too.
You know,
because I feel like funerals, bitch, if you don't fuck with me, don't come to my funeral. Like, if you know you're gonna cause a show, don't come to my funeral.
I were to hope that my family knows who shouldn't be at my funeral and who should be.
You would be surprised. It's the bitch that like spoke to you 10 years ago and she's like thinks you're all her BFFs, and she probably, it's the enemies that think they were a part of your life. That's the crazy part. I saw someone on TikTok how she had said like, it's actually one of the teen moms. I forget her name, but she literally has like a list of people that are not invited to her funeral.
Oh, and
I'm like, can we normalize having a list?
Okay, you know how we talked about the wedding person sending out like, you're not invited? That should exist for funerals.
I think you should have your list of people that shouldn't be there. Cause I just, like, I know the person that's like dead doesn't notice,
But like, bitch, the way I would like jump out of my coffin is crazy.
The way I would jump out.
The way I'm rolling in my grave if that bitch is there. The way I'd be rolling in my grave. Like, I can't believe y'all allowed this bitch in there. It's just crazy.
Well, Myra, you know what's crazier? When like somebody dies and then the mistress is there and the wife is there. Like, what about that? That is like, I don't even know what to say about that. Because imagine your man. Oh my God, no, not saying. Imagine like just your husband passing. Like your man passes and like you find out not just through the process.
What about the other kids you didn't know about? That's their daddy. Oh, sheesh, bitch.
A whole family reunion, bitch. At the
way you gotta just like suck it up at that point.
Imagine like there's people that go through that like they lose their husband and they end up finding out in the process that he has a whole family and another wife.
What if it's like an ex that they were together multiple years and
no. You're not allowed.
It's crazy.
If Raul has an ex-girlfriend.
No, but what if like your baby daddy and he already moved on?
Wait, I feel like we've seen this before.
Yeah, but what if you are your baby daddy?
Okay, baby daddy, yes, together. Of course, yes. Show up with your kids like that. Those are his children. I get that. I would think that the two baby mamas will, you know, put their bullshit aside for the children. Yes.
Yeah.
But like, if Raul's ex is like, well, I just want to say my goodbyes. Bitch, you said your goodbyes 10 years ago. He's been dead to you.
Okay, that's crazy, bitch. Like, you're not in his life for a reason, honey. He's been dead to you.
That part.
So
like, wait, why you gotta say your goodbye, baby? You said your goodbye 12 years ago.
I don't know. There's gotta be a list for that. You know that yeah.
Or like if you know like there's a truly don't. Yes, 100%. Yeah.
That's crazy. I just think that it's more sad with like funerals and they're devastating, but something about like a baby funeral, because I lived it literally. I think I'm trying to put myself in that lady's spot. That is the most like horrific thing you could do, just to ruin that moment.
think it's a lot to it. Like the speech for me, I was just like,
I would choke
because she tried to justify like there was already alcohol there. Like I just bought a bottle. Everything sounds like a mess. Like everything that she did, I'm like, why did you not think of this? But like the speech was like there's no way you said that shit and you're trying to defend yourself.
I can't.
Ugh,
can't. I literally can't, Karina. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's just crazy. Learn how to act at funerals or you will get tackled. Like, I'm really shocked she got away with it. But on a lighter note, we have some exciting news for you guys.
Yes. Okay, guys, so we have so many plans coming up with this channel in general, you guys.
Yes. So
as you know, we started off as Chins and Giggles, the podcast, and it is still the podcast.
Yeah.
But we have so many exciting things coming to this channel.
Yeah.
And y'all, we're really excited to announce that Chins and Giggles is going to be a network.
Yay!
A network of podcasts. And we're so excited. The first podcast, this is just crazy.
I know.
This is crazy, you guys. So we're still going to be doing Chins and Giggles. Yeah. You're still going to get your Chins and Giggles OG podcast.
Yeah. You're going to get your episode weekly.
Every Friday on the YouTube, like you always see it. And also, we're adding another podcast to the channel. We're adding
another podcast. Let's give you guys a few seconds and just guess this podcast, like who it is. Just comment down below. We'll give you guys a few seconds to guess. If y'all gotta put this video on pause, put it on pause, girl.
I'm done.
You guys, Brian and Raul are starting a podcast.
That is so, I can't even, that's crazy. It's so funny because I'm like, wait, not the guy starting a podcast. What the
guys? Fuck? And it's all going to be under Chins and Giggles Network. So you guys are going to see on this channel their uploads.
Have so many exciting things coming, you guys. Like, so much in the works that's even just in the talks and stuff with other podcasts and stuff.
Yeah.
I just
our
can't
goal
believe
is to have like multiple podcasts. It's different podcasts where we're not even in. I mean, I'm talking about multiple podcasts.
Yeah.
Under Chins and Giggles Network.
That's just crazy, you guys, but it's really exciting news. Nothing's gonna change aside from you're still gonna be getting the weekly podcast of us, except we're adding fun twists and fun podcasts to the podcast. And maybe we should get them excited about the next one, because this is one that like I feel like people have been requesting a lot. And I know that you guys want to see more of Chins and Giggles itself. And just know that we're working on something
with this.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just a little to the Chins and Giggles content you guys see now.
Yeah.
Like doing something with this one as well too.
Yeah.
Just a lot of
so we're basically
more
excited.
Uploads. More uploads basically.
More uploads a week. I'm so excited.
So excited.
Let's tell them the name of the guys' podcast.
So the guys' podcast name is The Kingdom.
The Kingdom.
Like the, but duh. And then king with dumb, like the word dumb. So it was really, I think it's very creative the way that it's like spelled.
The Kingdom.
And we'll probably put like the logo around here so you guys can really like visualize it and see how it's like spelled out.
It's gonna be a whole new dynamic because you guys don't get to see anything about the guys and like what they talk about. Like you guys have seen them come on here.
Yeah.
But they have their own dynamic themselves as guides, as like a man cave, you know, like things that they would talk about where, you know, maybe it even grows its own audience of its own, you know, like of like, you know, different topics that they're going to talk about. And I'm excited for you guys to just get to know them on another level because I feel like the little bit that we show of them, like you guys have not gotten to see, like, I guess behind like the surface level, and they're actually really funny together.
They are so funny together.
They are. So
I'm so excited. Been in the works for a while. It's been in the works for a while. And I mean, literally their studio's like right across us, and it's just so iconic. And we literally cannot wait for you guys to see their first episode. Just see what they have in store for us. Because even I'm like intrigued, and I want to see how they really like.
I'm so excited, you guys. Down. Yes. And literally in this next month alone, I feel like there's going to be so much happening on this channel.
Yes.
So get excited, you guys. And a lot of you guys, so many suggestions on even like more uploads, even with Chins and Giggles and stuff. So much in the works that we cannot wait to tell you guys about.
Like the fact that like it's a whole network in itself. So like, let's break it down though, because it is going to be a network, but we're still going to have Chins and Giggles as a podcast.
So let me give you an example. You know, like H3, like their channel.
Yeah.
How they have the H3 podcast, but they have like frenemies. How it like almost like branches off of that podcast.
That's what it is.
That's exactly what we're trying to do with this, and we have so many fun things in the works, you guys. Like, and it's about time. It's refreshing, and we have so much like motivation for that, and there's just so much fun.
So excited.
Like this channel's about to get so freaking fun, you guys.
Yep.
So stay tuned, y'all.
This network, Chins and Giggles network, is about to get crazy.
I can't believe it, guys. Like it's about to get so fun.
So, we're so excited.
Stay tuned, guys.
Stay tuned, queens. But with that being said, as always, if you're tuning in on Apple Podcasts, make sure you guys rate and subscribe. If you guys are tuning in on YouTube, hey, queen, thumbs it up.
Mama.
Comment down below and subscribe. And
we'll see you guys
in the next one.